This tour is called the Acropolis of Athens, and it is in Attica. This is Aspasia, so I'm going to try to read her lines as well as the narrator's lines, but I will have to try to keep up with it. It might be kind of hard. So, Aspasia, she's not originally from Athens, and she's climbed to the top of a social ladder using her wit and intellect. I've even learned the love of Pericles, one of the most powerful men in the city. The mind truly is a beautiful thing. Alright, I'm gonna say let's begin the tour. Yeah, please. The Acropolis of Athens is a bastion of art and culture worthy of the gods themselves. Within this citadel you will find many important sacred buildings, as well as some of the most magnificent art in all of Greece. Let's get started, that sounds lovely. You're in for a very enlightening visit. When you're done, come find me and we can discuss the things you've seen. Farewell for now. So now Kassandra's going to walk on her own. Okay, so we need to go to these little bright points, like this glowy spot here. The Acropolis has gone through many changes in its long history. It began as a simple rock, was settled as early as the Neolithic period, and then became a fortress in the Mycenaean period. Stone buildings started to appear in the 7th century BCE, but the famous structures whose ruins remain visible today date mainly from a period of construction in the 5th century BCE. The location of the Acropolis is closely tied to Athens' foundation myth. Supposedly, it was the site where Athena and Poseidon competed for the city's patronage. This connection gave the Acropolis a sacred aura, and it was considered the religious heart of the city. Isn't that gorgeous? And there is a picture from 2014 of the Acropolis. Alright, we need to walk up the steps to get to this next point. The Temple of Athena Nike was built on the remains of old fortifications from the Mycenaean era. Worship at the temple can be traced back to the 6th century BCE, but the building itself was destroyed during the Greco-Persian Wars a century later. It was rebuilt during the Peloponnesian War. Given that the name Athena Nike roughly means Athena of victory, it was likely constructed in the hopes that Athens would win the war. Unusually, the temple depicts historical scenes of battles against the Persians, instead of the more mythologically inclined arts of the other Greek buildings. The temple's priestesses were chosen randomly among the Athenians and received a salary of 50 drachmae annually, along with skins and trophies from sacrificed animals. There might be some historical nudity in this, by the way, in these statues. Just heads up in case that makes you uncomfortable. It is ancient Greece after all. The Acropolis was built up over a long period, due in no small part to its partial destruction during the Greco-Persian Wars. It was in the 5th century BCE, though, that the Acropolis received its most significant improvements. This period was an extremely prosperous time for Athens, both financially and culturally. With a booming economy bolstered by trade in the Laurian silver mines, Pericles, the leader of Athens, financed a huge project to rebuild the citadel. He enlisted the help of renowned architects like the sculptor Phidias, as well as architects Knossos and Kassandra. Together they erected buildings like the Parthenon, the Propylaea Gateway, and the Propylaea Gateway. Pericles' goal was to make the Acropolis into a glorious monument to the gods and to mortal Athenians. There's Pericles, a Roman copy of an earlier Greek original. We're in the Propylaea. Gonna walk around these people. Phidias. According to an inscription, it took 9 years to make and cost almost 500,000 drachmae. At approximately 10 meters tall, the statue was apparently so large that Pausanias claimed its helmet and spear tip could be seen from the sea near Cape Sunium, 60 kilometers away. The ornamentation on the statue's shield was engraved by the metalsmith Ms. I love the owl symbol of Athens and Athena, and that actually is a fun fact, little known fact. My first ASMR channel that I made before this one, which I deleted, had a history theme, specifically ancient Greek, and my profile picture was the Athenian owl. Yeah. The Araphori are young girls between the ages of 7 and 11 who are in charge of special rites. A list of 4 girls was drafted by the Assembly of Citizens, from which the High Magistrate and the Archon Basileus chose 2 to serve as Araphori for the years. The girls lived in a house on the Akropolis. They were in charge of carrying sacred objects and weaving the peplos of Athena. The peplos was a sacred robe offered to Athena during Panathenea, a festival held in her honor. Araphoi, I don't know. Sometimes I'm gonna run a little bit if I have to go a long way. Otherwise, I'll have her walk calmly. Oh, I kind of pushed that woman aside. Oh no. The Archeon was an atypical temple. It was dedicated not only to Athena Pallas, but also to Kekrops, the mythical founder of Athens, his son Erechtheos, and even Poseidon, the sea god who challenged Athena for possession of the city. Wow. The temple was divided in 2 sections. The eastern part housed a statue dedicated to Athena, while the western section jointly belonged to Poseidon and Erechtheos. Meanwhile, King Kekrop's grave was believed to be under the Cariad porch. Under the temple was a crypt that was said to contain the sacred snakes of Athena. The snakes may have had a sweet tooth because the priestesses of Athena allegedly fed them honey cakes. How fun. And there's the Erechtheon view from the southwest. In modern times. What is that purple thing? I don't know what that is. This is my first time doing the Discovery Tour in this game, by the way. Never done it. I only just got it for PC. Oh, we're gonna have to jump over this wall. I have it for PS4 and I've played quite a bit on PS4. I only just got it on the PC because it's on sale. It is 70% off right now. Hopefully it still will be by the time you hear this, and you can grab it on sale if you want. So I haven't checked this Discovery Tour out. It's pretty new, but I'm loving it so far. I think it's even better than the one from Origins in Egypt, although that one's also good. But I don't know, you get to talk to some of the characters you've met, and real people, and it's great. The Parthenon is one of the most well-known buildings in the world, and an enduring symbol of ancient Greek civilization. While it is located on the Acropolis, the building is not a traditional temple. It was built by the sculptor Phidias and the architects Callicrates and Ichthyonos as a great monument to the glory of the city of Athens. That glory is evident in its many carvings. One of the most carved monuments in Greek architecture, the Parthenon's decorations depict several mythological scenes. These include the birth of Athena, her fight against Poseidon for the patronage of Athens, the gods' battle with the giants, and the procession of the great Parthenaea. Let's go inside. Oh, wow. Oh, we can do a first-person perspective. Interesting. Let me know what you think of this. I'm not sure. The Parthenon's inner chamber, or cella, contained a massive statue of Athena that was considered to be one of the sculptor Phidias' greatest masterpieces. The statue was chryselephantine, a combination of gold and ivory. To justify the steep cost of its construction, Pericles this is such a beautiful walkway here. Wow. I kind of want to look over the edge of the city and see the pretty view. Let's find a good spot. There's like a little fountain bit here. Oh. We'll walk past that. Maybe I can jump up like right in here. Oh, there's a seam. Jump. There we go. Oh, and look. What a great view. How beautiful. It's a really good game, and it's a really beautiful game, guys. I do recommend it, especially with it being on sale right now for 70% off. It's lots of fun, especially if you're a big history buff like me. Okay, we only have one more station to go to, and then we'll be done. We can tell Aspasia that we went on our tour. There she is. She's actually right there. In purple, looking very royal. Purple was quite a noble color back then. They made purple dyes in Tyre. Athens' treasury was located in the Parthenon, where it was believed to be protected by Athena herself. The treasury contained objects of great value acquired from different conquests, as well as a mass of minted silver coins and various offerings to Athena. Pericles also decided to move the entirety of the Delian League's treasure to the Parthenon in 454 BCE. This was a great testament to Athens' power over the rest of Greece. The riches were divided into two parts: the Demosia, which belonged to the city, and the Hierarchomata, which was dedicated to the goddesses. The goddess, and only used for religious purposes. We did it. We finished our tour. Now it's time to return to Aspasia, who is, like I said, right here. And we'll switch back to third person for this. Hello. And what did you think of the Acropolis? It is truly quite something, isn't it? A sacred sanctuary and an architectural marvel all in one. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Sorry, I can't match up what she's saying. I can't match with her lips. It's too difficult. I love that there's a quiz. That is amazing. I won't do it right now because we don't have time, but you better believe I'm totally gonna take that quiz later. So I thought we will leave. Well, no, maybe we'll do one more tour in Athens and then we'll leave. It's quite a few. We've got theater down here, which I really want to do, but you guys might not be as interested in theater or philosophy. Everyone likes music. Yeah, everyone likes music. What are these other ones? I think I want to do I think I want to do the music one. I think that will be nice, and it's a pretty quick tour. We'll do this one, and then we will leave. I think I can actually just run over there, though. It's not that far away. Although we are up pretty high, so I'm guessing there's no staircase, and if there's not, I know it's so not relaxing, but I'm just going to jump. Because, I mean, one thing I've noticed, I think you can get a perk whether you have no fall damage, because as Kassandra, I'm always just leaping off cliffs and surviving, taking no damage. Okay, there's no stairs. Watch this. This is not relaxing though, I know. Okay, her knees, oh my god. See, no damage. She just looks like she just shattered her legs, that's all. But no, she's fine. She's a superwoman. She's gonna do a superhero landing. Yay, okay, look at her. She's invincible. And hey, here's Aspasia again. Now she beat us down here. She must be a superhero too. Welcome to Athens Wanderer. More specifically, welcome to the musical hub of the city, the Odeon. I would like to do it, please. The Odeon was where musicians came to share their songs with the public. The melodies played here caught the wind and drifted through the air, soothing the souls of Athenians across the city. Come find me when your visit is complete, and we will talk about the things you learned. See you soon, Wanderer. God, I love her hair. Cassandra's the best. singers, and it was often played for rowers and field pickers to keep them working at a steady rhythm. I don't know if you guys noticed, but her musical instrument just disappeared when I got close. Sounds like Aristotle knew what was up. I definitely work harder when I'm listening to music. Musical contests, or agonies, were originally only held during religious festivals. Over time, they became cultural events in their own right and attracted musicians and spectators from all over the Greek world. For example, the Athenian Panathenea festival featured competitions for instrument playing and poetry recitation. The Dionysia festival included contests between groups of male singers to see who could best perform a dithyramb, a merry hymn in honor of the god Dionysus. While these contests could be attended by all, women weren't allowed to compete in them. Oh, that's sad. In the early days of the competition's winners only received a crown and an ego boost for their talents. But from the Hellenistic period onward, the rewards are upgraded to cash prizes. These prizes were large enough for musicians to make a fortune, especially if they moved from festival to festival. Sounds fine. I like listening to this music too, and you can hear them singing they sing some of these songs on the ship when you're rowing. The Odeon of Pericles was built sometime between the 440s and the 430s BCE. The building was commissioned by Pericles for use in the Panathenea festival. The Odeon was also a venue for poetry readings, political rallies, and philosophical performances. According to ancient sources, the original design of the Odeon was inspired by the tent of the Persian king Xerxes, a spoil of war the Athenians salvaged after their decisive victory at Salamis in 480 BCE. Why is it getting so bright? The building's roof was made of timber from captured Persian ships. In this sense, the Odeon was both a triumphant symbol of Athens and an insult to their Persian enemies. I love it. This structure was considered one of the grandest architectural accomplishments of ancient Athens, and it's gorgeous. We love it, don't we? Look at this guy, he loves it. He's gonna play his tambourine. In ancient Greece, there was a type of music for almost any occasion. Complicated songs like hymns, paeans, and dithyrambs were meant for the ears of the gods, and as such were usually played during religious ceremonies and civic life. Meanwhile, a hymnos was a song performed at weddings, and a thranoti accompanied funeral processions. For more merry occasions like symposia, scholia were the soundtrack of choice. However, drama was considered the epitome of artistic expression since it combined songs with poetry, dance, acting, and costumes. Plays were thought to be connection between mortal and gods, and the songs that accompanied them, especially those from the tragedies of Euripides, often became huge hits in the rest of Greece. The rest of Greece. I don't know if that's an error or not. I definitely would have loved all the theater. It's the home of theater, the birthplace. Oh, we're done already. Hello, Aspasia. We're done. We learned about Greek music. Hello again. I trust your visit was worthwhile and that learning of music was a feast for your mind. I know it was for mine. Is there anything else you'd like to do? I want a new door, but I'm gonna go find it. We did enjoy the sweet sounds of the Odeon. Alright, let's go somewhere else now. It's quite a big map, as you can see. We've got a lot of places to go. Corinthia, Argolis. I am interested in a lot of these, but I do want to save some of these, of course, for future tours. I mean, of course, I'm going to be doing more of these tours. You guys seem to love them so much, which is awesome because I love making them. I don't know about you, but I'm really interested interested in Knossos, where the legendary Minotaur is from. So yeah, I thought it would be super cool if we went over there and learned a little bit about the Minotaur and the legend behind it. If you see any doors, by the way, that I don't do today, let me know in the comments and we'll get them for next time. Otherwise, I'll just pick some at random that look fun. They all look fun though. Oh, hello, we got someone new. Labyrinth of Lost Souls. Wow. Okay, who is this? I think I know him. Oh, Herodotus. Okay. Welcome to Knossos Traveler, where the Minotaur once prowled. Knossos was the seat of the old Minoan civilization where King Minos once supposedly ruled. These ruins have been the backdrop for many important events in both history and mythology. Look for me when your visit is over and we'll discuss what you've seen. Thank you, Herodotus. He's our friend in the game. We talk a lot to him and Aspasia. All the these like tour guides, I'm guessing, are like the friends you make in the game, which is awesome. And as you can see, I've turned their voices off, so I'm gonna do their voices. The island of Crete was first settled around 8000 BCE. Over time, significant towns and maritime trade began to develop. Palaces were built, destroyed, and then rebuilt, culminating in what archaeologists call the Neopalatial period, which began around 1700 BCE. The period lasted for over 300 years and is considered the golden age of Minoan civilization. The largest palace of this period was located in Knossos and featured maze-like complexes of workshops, temples, courts, throne rooms, and living areas, as well as paved roads and advanced plumbing and draining. Trade and external relations were important to the Minoans, and their networks extended across the eastern Mediterranean. As a result, the people of Crete and the lands they traded with often influenced each other and exchanged ideas, usually through peaceful interactions instead of military conflict. Sounds like they were ahead of their time, am I right? And there is a painting of Minoan civilization. Alright, let's walk down this little hill. I did this quest in the game where you have to go into supposedly, oh hello code, where the Minotaur was, and no spoilers, but it was super cool. The settlement of Knossos was established as early as the 7th millennium BCE. Today, one of the site's most notable landmarks is the palace ruins located on the Kafala Hill. These ruins are split into two phases, the old palace, which has been poorly preserved, and the new palace. The new palace of Knossos had a surface area of approximately 13,000 square meters, making it the largest Minoan palace. Its focal point was a central court, which was probably used for ceremonial activities. The Minoan palace centers collapsed when Crete was overrun and conquered by a Mycenaean invasion from mainland Greece. However, the date of the final destruction of Knossos Palace is still unknown. Oh, I think we're actually gonna go inside. This is where we went to, it was this boy, and the boy, said his dad was missing, and we had to, like, go look for his dad, even though you suspect his dad is no longer living, because he said he's been gone for, like, 2 years. And you had to go down all these steps. During the new palace phase, the ground floor was dedicated to economic activities and contained large storage rooms. The residential quarters, which notably had toilets, were located southeast of the central court at the foot of the grand staircase. I mean, they had toilets, awesome. The palace was lavishly decorated with wall paintings depicting things like bull-related sports and richly dressed women. Large stone horns of consecration, which were important Minoan religious symbols, hung prominently in the west court. Other notable parts of the palace included the theatrical area, which is believed to have served as a viewing space, the tripartite shrine, which was dedicated to the worship of an important Minoan deity, historians refer to as the Mother Goddess, and and the piano nobile, a grand space located on the palace's second floor. Oh, we're going down, we're descending into the depths. I had to go down like a ton of stairs, I remembered. I had to get my torch out because it got really dark. During his trips to Crete, archaeologist Arthur John Evans discovered several ancient tablets. They eventually led him to define the forms of Minoan writing, known as Linear A and Linear B. The Minoans used these forms of writing for recording many things, including business transactions. For example, one clay tablet discovered at the Palace of Knossos was inscribed in Linear B script. The tablet detailed the transfer of coriander, often used in the perfume industry, between a man named Capirios and another man named... I didn't get it. The deciphering of tablets such as these have given historians a great insight into many aspects of Minoan culture and society. I'm sorry, sometimes the captions go by so fast that I don't read them. I apologize. Here we go, we keep going down. Oh, see, it's telling us that we can get a torch out. Didn't really seem to help massively. Yeah, and then, oh, this is exactly where I went to find this kid's dad. I think that's, I said no spoilers, but I think you're gonna see spoilers. According to myth, the half-man, half-bull Minotaur was born after Queen Pasiphae slept with a bull sent by the gods as punishment upon her. This embarrassed King Minos, but he could not bring himself to kill the Minotaur. Instead, he hid the monster in a labyrinth constructed by Daedalus. Do you guys hear something? I hear like a goat or something. Oh my gosh, I think, yeah, I think he's in there. I think the Minotaur is in there for real. Daedalus was an important figure in Greek mythology. An ingenious inventor, he once became so jealous of his similarly clever nephew that he threw him from the top of the Athenian Acropolis. Well, we've jumped off. As a consequence, Daedalus was banished from Athens, though this did not prevent him from being able to get work. In Crete, he was hired by King Pasiphae to construct an artificial cow suit that would allow her to seduce a bull she was particularly taken with due to a curse from the gods. Daedalus complied, and his invention helps facilitate the birth of the Minotaur. Afterwards, Minos conscripted Daedalus to build a labyrinth, presumably as penance for his role in creating the Minotaur. But perhaps the most well-known story about Daedalus includes his son Icarus, who used wings built by his father and flew too close to the sun, thus plummeting into the sea. So, he is definitely down there. Like, that is the Minotaur. Sometime after the birth of the Minotaur, King Minos' son, Androgeos, was killed in Athens by the same bull that impregnated his mother. An infuriated Minos demanded that Athens send 7 of their noblest men and 7 of their most virtuous women to Knossos every year. After being carried to Crete aboard a ship with black sails, the men and women would then be cast into the labyrinth to be eaten by the Minotaur. Surely he would want the Minotaur dead. Why did he want it to kill more people? That doesn't make any sense to me. Oh my gosh, there he is. One of the Athenian youths chosen to be imprisoned in the labyrinth, Theseus, had enough of the morbid ritual. Before leaving Athens, he proclaimed he would kill the Minotaur and then return to his city on a ship flying white sails. Before entering the labyrinth, Theseus met King Minos' daughter Ariadne, who fell madly in love with him. Ariadne provided Theseus with a thread he could unravel to help him find his way back out of the maze. Armed with his thread, Theseus entered the labyrinth, killed the Minotaur, escaped the maze, and set sail for Athens with Ariadne by his side. is crazy. Hold on, I'm not done here. I want to go get up close to the Minotaur. Don't you? No, no, no. Back up, back up. I don't think you'll hurt me. That's crazy. He's just totally chill. He's like, why am I here? I didn't think I was real. So I guess we're in a world where myth and reality are one, which is kind of awesome. I'm not gonna lie, I was super excited when I saw that this game also pulled from mythology. Like, it's not all historical. I don't know, that's just so exciting to be not historically accurate. I see you found your way through the maze of ruins. The Minoans played a large part in shaping Greek myths, but also in introducing influences from other places and cultures. Now, what else would you like to do? A new door, please, but we will pick it. Farewell, traveler. I hope you enjoyed exploring the ruins. We did, yeah, we did, right? I enjoyed seeing the actual Minotaur, right? So where shall we go next? Kytheria Island, Kythera, Laconia. Oh, we got some Spartan stuff going on over here. Maybe for another video, oh, the Olympic Games. Gods of Olympia. Olympic Games sounds really cool. I definitely think we will do that another time. Oh, the Oracle of Delphi. That's right. I meant to do this one. Because I briefly was looking at them before I recorded this, and I thought, yeah, Oracle of Delphi sounds really fun, but we'll do Olympic Games in the next video because I think that sounds like a lot of fun. Yes, let's go to the Oracle at Delphi. Should be a lot of fun. I hope you're enjoying this so far and learning something and also getting relaxed. Taking a while to get there. We gotta literally sail, I guess. Okay. Here we are. And is this RØDE again, or is this someone new? Here we go. Yeah, RØDE. Here, visitor, welcome to the sacred site. I would like to begin the tour, please. This is Delphi, home of the renowned Oracle. Greeks considered it the navel of the world. Pilgrims and kings journeyed here from all over Greece and beyond, seeking advice from Apollo through the voice of his interpreter, the Pythia. During your visit, you will experience the sanctuary through a pilgrim's eye and discover how important oracles and prophecies were to the people of Greece. Now, go off and begin your pilgrimage. I'll be waiting for you at the end of your visit. Thank you, RØDE. We'll see you later. Alright, let's learn. He's going to the end, I guess. Look at all these statues. Wow. On their journey to the temple of Apollo, pilgrims walked this sacred path up Mount Parnassus. The summer sun beat down hot on their backs. Along the way, they took in the magnificent treasures and statues. These landmarks were tokens of people's reverence for the oracle's benevolence. All were dedicated to Apollo, and most were offered by cities to commemorate military victories. The monuments represented not only their donors' piety, but also their power and wealth. The sanctity of Delphi has endured to the present day, and visitors still take this very same route. I think I would like to do this one day, to go see. Well, to just go to Greece, really, and go to Athens, and visit a lot of historical sites. That would be a fun trip. What are these purple things? I don't know, but I don't have time to stop and find out. We are on a mission to meet the Oracle. We have 6 more tour stations to go. It's really beautiful here. What are these? Are these like snakes coiled around these posts? They look like snakes. Maybe. Yeah, I think so. Wow, more beautiful golden statues. Excuse more statues. There is a crazy amount of statues in this. Just in Greece, I guess. One of the most impressive dedications to Apollo came from the Cnidians, a Greek population that colonized the island of Lipari, north of Sicily. The story behind this dedication is notable. The Cnidians were at war with the Etruscans in the Tyrrhenian Sea. Seeking a good omen, the Cnidians consulted the Oracle and, following her advice, they successfully captured 20 enemy ships. To thank Apollo, they seized the god the same number of statues as ships seized. So that's why so many statues. I see. Dedication of the Cnidians. Bronze statues of Apollo. Okay. Well, they say that the gods were pretty vain and really liked statues of themselves and stuff. I guess that's why there's so many. These trees are really pretty. The colors. Excuse me. I am sleepy, and hopefully you're getting sleepy too. Alright. Look at the backdrop to this. It's just so beautiful. Next to the Naxian Sphinx stood a simple structure to display offerings from the Athenians, most of which were spoils of war. In particular, these offerings, called ex-photos, were prows of sunken Persian ships. The Athenians built the portico after their naval victory over the Persians in 478 BCE. Alright, little fun fact about the Athenian portico. Let's go up the... oh, it's not stairs, it's like a ramp. I really need to play this game more, don't I? I didn't finish it, but I have all the DLC too, for PS4 at least. And I know that that gets really mythological based, really steeped in lore and myth, which, again, right up my alley. Is that like a gold palm tree? It's really interesting looking. Okay, so this is it, I'm guessing, and probably gonna go inside and see the Pythia, I'm guessing. Whoops, kind of went through that guy there. Once arriving before the temple, pilgrims wishing to consult the oracle had to first pay a tax. This tax gave them the initial right to approach the altar of Apollo and make an animal sacrifice to the gods. Before proceeding to the Pythia, the preliminary ritual had to succeed. If the animal reacted favorably and showed signs of acceptance to the god, it was sacrificed, and the pilgrim would be allowed to enter the temple to question the Pythia. Oh, what is happening there? Someone walked in front of the camera. Alright, let's go inside. Almost. At last we arrived at the temple of Apollo, where the oracle relayed the prophecies. The temple was the final destination of those seeking an audience with the Pythia, and its appearance matched the majesty of its purpose. Atop its imposing columns, the structure's pediments displayed famous mythological scenes, sculpted by the renowned Greek artist Antenor. But as grand as the temple looked from the outside, it paled in comparison with what happened within. Ooh, wow. There was a photo there really quickly, I don't know if you saw. Contemporary photo. It looks dark in here. Oh wow, it is elaborate. Prophecies were given in the most restricted parts of the temple, the Adyton, by a chaste woman known as the Pythia. Before delivering prophecy, she first purified herself with water and then burned laurel leaves and barley flour to begin the ritual. Finally, while seated on a tripod surrounded by offerings, the Pythia delivered Apollo's messages. Her words were often strange and indecipherable and required further interpretation by the temple's priests. Despite much research, the exact causes of the oracle's behavior while prophesying are debated to this day. I wonder what she said, what she sounded like. by slaying its sinister guardian, the snake-like python. Also, that's why there's snakes everywhere. That makes sense. Okay, we finished the door. Let's go return to Herodotus. Hello, mate. We saw the Oracle. We didn't speak to her though. That was sudden and bright. Your visit is complete. I hope you now understand how important this sanctuary was and how it affected the lives of people both in the Greek world and beyond its borders. To be honest, I could speak about Delphi all day, but what would you like to do now? We want another door, of course. Let's do one more. Not the Olympic Games one, like I said, we'll definitely do. We'll start the next video with that because I'm interested. But so pretty. Is it not so pretty here? There's just so much like beautiful detail in the game. I don't know. Okay, we could go thermoplasty, wine, the battles, more battles. I don't know, pottery. A lot of these do sound good, but I want like a relatively quick one. Some of these are really long looking. What about this one? I guess it's kind of long, but that's fine. We have time. Well, yeah, we'll learn about the gods. I mean, that's classic. Obviously, I can't think of anything more ancient Greek than their gods. Let's see what we can learn. Getting very tired. Hope you're getting tired too. If I haven't bored you to sleep by now. Fun little facts here on the side. Okay, that doesn't look like Herodotus. Who is that? It's he looks familiar. Oh, Barnabas. Oh yeah, he's your ship guy, I think. Yeah, I like being. The sanctuary of Olympia was dedicated to Zeus, the king of the gods. It had close connections to the divine, as you will see very soon. I'll come find you when you're done and we can talk about what you've learned. Okay, thank you, Barnabas. Tour started. Gods of Olympia. Okay, let's go in what looks like a barn. It's like a storehouse, or they're like chopping up marble here. His workshop was built for the renowned sculptor Phidias after he won his work on the Acropolis of Athens. In 435 BCE, Phidias came to Olympia to begin working on the great Chryselephantine statue of Zeus, Chryselephantine. He died 5 years later, shortly after completing his masterpiece. This grand statue would become one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Wow. Phidias' workshop is located right next to the Temple of Zeus. Its structure has been well preserved, mostly owing to its conversion to a church in the 5th century CE. Archaeologists have also discovered a lot of ancient materials in the surrounding area, such as casting molds and sculpting tools. The most famous artifact, however, is a cup bearing an inscription that aggressively states, "I belong to Phidias." How fun is that? I love that. Like writing your name on your clothes or something. This is my cup. which was planted near the god's temple. Ah, that's the sacred tree. A young boy trimmed the branches with a golden sickle before giving them to the Hellenodikai to turn it into reeds. After the crowning ceremony, it was time for great feasting and celebrations. Wow. It is stunning here. Oh my gosh. Wow, I could stay here all day. This is like the most beautiful place I think we've been. What a way to end this. Okay, let's... Oh, excuse me. Almost bumped into that person. Oh wow, these are statues of all the gods. Let's see, that looks like Athena. And, I'm not sure. That's Poseidon. That's Artemis. And next door is maybe Apollo, her brother. Oh, or was it Dionysus? I couldn't see what he was holding. Dionysus. Pelopeon. Dedicated to Pelops. Pelops was both a legendary Greek hero and the mythical founder of the Olympic Games. According to legend, Pelops fell in love with the beautiful Hippodamia. Her father, Oenomaus, the king of Pisa, disapproved of their union. Having once heard a prophecy that he would be killed by his son-in-law, Oenomaus was known to challenge his daughter's suitors to chariot races, killing them when he won. Still, Pelops was determined to win Hippodamia's heart. Before the race, he enlisted the help of Poseidon, who gave him a golden chariot with 4 winged horses. Pelops was able to win both the race and the hand of his beloved, while Oenomaus was dragged to death by his horses, so the prophecy came true. The start of this famous race was depicted on the eastern pediment of the Temple of Zeus, right up there. You could see a guy getting crushed. That's super interesting. Oh, we're gonna have to climb up another ledge, I guess. And drop. What temple is this? The Horion was a temple dedicated to Hera. Yeah, it is one of the oldest temples in the sanctuary, dating back to approximately 590 BCE. The structure included columns painted with the images of women who won the Heraea, an athletic competition made up of running events. For every 4 years, 16 women were chosen to make a veil dedicated to Hera. These women also organized the competition, though they did not compete in it. The Heraea was unique for its focus on female athletes, in contrast to the male-exclusive Olympic Games. That's nice, they get to do something. So this is dedicated to Hera. There she is. Hera was the goddess of women, marriage, family, and childbirth. She ruled Mount Olympus as queen of the gods, along with her husband and brother, Zeus. Yuck. Many mythological stories paint her as being annoyed at Zeus's many lovers and illegitimate offspring. In Greek art, Hera is usually depicted as matronly and regal, often wearing a crown or sitting on a throne. She is also sometimes seen holding a pomegranate, a symbol of both fertility and death. Hera's cult is very popular across Greece, and Olympia even minted her image on its coinage. Very popular. There she is. Alright, what other temples are we going to see? Oh, what is happening ahead of us? I really just want to walk around here like in the game too and see what there is to do. Wow, people are really excited here. It's awesome. They're just like really getting into the spirit of things. The spirit of the gods. Oh, what's happening? Something's burning. One of the highlights of the Olympic Games games was a ceremony that took place on the third day of the festival. It began with the procession of athletes, ambassadors, Hellenodikai, and animals. The group made their way around the altar until they arrived at the temple of Zeus. Then the animals were brought in front of the altar of Zeus and offered as a sacrifice. This sacrifice was known as hecatomb, a word that originally described the sacrifice of 100 oxen. During the hecatomb, the bones and legs of the animals were burned and carried to the top of a mound of ashes from previous sacrifices. Meanwhile, the meat of the animals was saved for a large banquet held later in the evening. So that's what all that ash is, I guess. That's something else. And they're dancing over there, and they're dancing in sync, and it's very interesting. Okay. There seems to be smoke coming from nowhere there, though. It's weird. Alright. Oh, wow. They're all acting like, I don't know, drunk or something. The dancing and everything, and the singing, and what are they doing? They definitely seem drunk. Wow. This must be Zeus's temple. I mean, it's something else, right? Very grand. Gorgeous. The Olympic Games were dedicated to Zeus, and all the ceremonies and events were hosted in his honor. It's no surprise that the largest temple in the sanctuary was the Temple of Zeus. While most temples were restricted to priests, the Temple of Zeus welcomed all who visited Olympia. This openness was most likely meant to show off the gold and ivory statue of Zeus that stood within the temple's walls. Yeah, the one Phidias made. The building also featured art depicting both versions of the Olympic festival's founding myth. The eastern pediment showed a scene from the legendary race between Pelops and Oenomaus. And the temple's metopes, meanwhile, showed the 12 labors of Heracles, the other mythical founder of the games. So there's like two myths around the origins of the Olympic Games, I guess. Let's go inside and see this amazing statue then. This ancient wonder of the world, which we can no longer see. Wow, it's so bright and open in here. Zeus was the god of sky and thunder and king of the Olympians. He ruled the world from his home on Mount Olympus. The child of Kronos the Titan, Zeus overthrew his father and cast the Titans out in a great battle known as the Titanomachy. He had children of his own with his wife Hera, including Ares, Hephaestus, Hebe, and Aletheia. He also had many children without Hera, much to her consternation, but there were too many to list here. Zeus was believed to have control over the lives of mortals, as his many epithets attest to. For example, his title Horkios made him a keeper of oaths, while Xenios was the name conferred to him as a protector of hospitality. In Greek art, Zeus was usually depicted holding a thunderbolt and sitting on a throne, befitting his position as king. Wow. So there it is, the statue. The Temple of Zeus was home to the Chryselephantine statue of Zeus, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. The statue, made of special